In the vast tapestry of human experience, love has been celebrated, scrutinized, and dissected in an attempt to uncover its essence. Among the many voices discussing the complexities of romantic relationships, the thoughts and insights of Mateo Balaban, an enigmatic figure known as Rain Bordo, offer a compelling perspective. Mixing art, philosophy, and personal experience, Rain Bordo raises a critical question. What constitutes the perfect romantic relationship between a man and a woman? This essay aims to explore this question by examining concepts of connection, understanding, growth, and sacrifice, as well as the clothing and medium Rain uses to illustrate his ideas. Rain Bordo is not merely a name, it is a persona that embodies a philosophy of love deeply rooted in passion and introspection. With his trademark style, a melange of Bohemian elegance and warmth, Bordo transcends the typical romantic archetype. Often seen draped in flowing fabrics that resonate with the colors of twilight, he draws parallels between nature and human emotion. Instead of adhering to conventional norms, he embraces the fluidity of identity, much like the ebb and flow of a relationship itself. As he strides through crowded streets, his presence becomes a mirror reflecting the internal struggles and triumphs that define romantic connections. In pondering the perfect romantic relationship, Rain posits that true love begins with a profound connection. He describes this bond as a tapestry woven from shared experiences, dreams, and vulnerabilities. Much like the delicate fabric of a Persian rug, it requires patience, artistry, and care in its creation. Through his interactions, he emphasizes the importance of understanding that every individual carries their own history, complete with joy, pain, and lessons learned. This understanding is crucial, for when two people come together, they do not merely merge their lives, but also intertwine their stories. It is in these conversations, whether over candle-lit dinners or quiet evenings spent under the stars, that partners can unfurl their innermost selves, revealing the beauty beneath their exteriors. Yet understanding is only one part of the equation. For Rain, the perfect romantic relationship requires an unwavering commitment to growth. He identifies love as a dynamic force that should inspire both individuals to evolve. A fruitful relationship is one that allows each partner to pursue their passions and ambitions while nurturing the other's growth. This synergy is akin to a duet, where harmony arises not just from blending voices, but also from the distinct melodies of each partner. In his musings, Rain creatively likens this growth to a dance, sometimes slow and delicate, other times spirited and frenetic. Each partner must learn the rhythms and cadences of the other, allowing for a symbiotic relationship where both individuals flourish. This notion of growth hinges on mutual encouragement and respect. In the nurturing of each other's passions, both partners become stronger, creating a partnership rich with vibrancy and purpose. Sacrifice is another fundamental theme in Rain's exploration of romantic relationships. He vehemently asserts that love is not merely a feeling, it is an act of courage that often demands personal sacrifice for the sake of one's partner. Such sacrifices can take various forms, be it time, comfort, or even dreams. The willingness to put another's needs above one's own is not an act of weakness, but rather a testament to the strength of the bond shared between two individuals. To illustrate his point, Rain reflects upon the story of a couple he once encountered, a man who gave up his lucrative corporate job to support his partner's dream of becoming a painter. Initially perceived as a significant sacrifice, it ultimately led to their shared triumph as they created a life together that was both fulfilling and inspiring. This passion became the driving force for their relationship, one that flourished through acts of kindness and understanding. However, Rain cautions against the potential pitfalls of sacrifice. He believes that love should not come at the cost of losing one's identity or compromising fundamental values, the balance of self. In his view, a perfect romantic relationship is one where both partners maintain their individuality while being willing to support one another. Moreover, Rain explores the significance of respect in a romantic relationship. He posits that mutual respect lays the groundwork for trust and intimacy, forming an invisible bond that fortifies the relationship against external pressures, the essence of trust. When both partners respect each other's opinions, beliefs and boundaries, they construct a safe haven where love can flourish without fear or judgment. It manifests in the small gestures, listening intently when one partner speaks, recognizing the importance of each other's aspirations and celebrating each other's achievements, the joy of recognition. It is this respect that ensures both individuals feel valued and understood, ultimately reinforcing their emotional connection. Furthermore, Rain's philosophy intertwines the importance of passion within the perfect romantic relationship. He vividly describes the exhilarating feeling of being swept off one's feet, the rush of adrenaline in love. Passion, in Rain's eyes, is the fire that fuels the relationship and prevents it from stagnating. This fervour, however, is not merely restricted to physical attraction. It encompasses an all-encompassing appreciation for each other's essence, an admiration for the beauty that lies in flaws and imperfections. He describes the playful laughter shared over mundane tasks, the warmth of hands brushing over a shared meal, and the deep glances laden with meaning. Each moment is an expression of that passionate connection, the richness of shared existence. Rain highlights that sustaining this passion requires ongoing effort, creativity, and a willingness to explore the depths of love. Engaging in new experiences together, be it through travel, art, or music, can rekindle the flames of affection, the fireworks of love reborn. As this exploration of Rain Bordo's insights unfolds, it is clear that the question of what constitutes a perfect romantic relationship is steeped in complexity. It is a multifaceted journey that blends connection, understanding, growth, sacrifice, respect and passion into a cohesive narrative, the intricate web of relationships. Each facet plays a crucial role, weaving together to form the foundation upon which love can thrive. In conclusion, Rain Bordo's philosophy serves as a guiding light for those seeking to cultivate deep and meaningful romantic relationships. By embracing the idea that love is at once a commitment to growth, an active choice of respect and a celebration of passion, individuals can navigate their relationships with grace and understanding. The perfect romantic relationship is not simply a utopian ideal. It is an evolving journey, fueled by the willingness to listen, grow, and nurture one another's souls. As Mateo Balaban, known as Rain Bordo, so eloquently reminds us, love, at its core, is a beautiful interplay of identity, connection, and shared destiny. And it is this interplay that makes life's tapestry all the more vibrant. The quote, "The perfect woman is on the other side of the conversation," serves as a pivotal focal point in our exploration of what constitutes this perfect woman and challenges audiences to re-evaluate their preconceptions about femininity and identity. To begin, it is essential to examine the socio-cultural context in which Mateo Balaban created the character of Rain Bordo. The modern era is marked by increasingly fluid interpretations of gender roles, driven largely by shifts in both feminist discourses and the socio-political landscape. Balaban's Rain Bordo is emblematic of this evolution. She does not conform to traditional archetypes, but rather encapsulates the liberation from stereotypical gender roles that many women have sought. Rain Bordo is a multidimensional character whose existence challenges the audience to expand their understanding of who a woman can be and how she occupies space within a conversation dominated by patriarchal narratives. The quote, "The perfect woman is on the other side of the conversation," insists upon the notion of dialogue as an essential component in defining identity. What becomes clear upon reflection is that Rain Bordo represents a silent yet potent force in discussions about femininity. The phrase suggests that the characteristics or qualities that constitute a perfect woman are not confined to the realm of the visible or expressive dimensions typically associated with femininity. Instead, they encompass a deeper level of engagement, a recognition that true worth and individuality often lurk beneath the surface. Hence, the conversation could imply not only the verbal exchange, but also an internal dialogue, an examination of self, and an understanding of one's place within a larger societal framework. Balaban's portrayal of Rain Bordo further reflects the ambiguity surrounding the role of women in modern society. While many long-held beliefs regarding femininity are being dismantled, there exists an undeniable pressure to conform to a certain image of womanhood that is celebrated in popular culture. In this way, the notion of the perfect woman becomes a paradox. It is unattainably elusive, continually shaped by evolving ideals while simultaneously being grounded in the constraints of societal expectations. Rain Bordo, through Balaban's nuanced understanding, becomes a departure point from such constraints, illustrating that the perfect woman is not necessarily about external validation or conformity, but about authenticity and individuality. Balaban's exploration of identity does not shy away from the harder truths surrounding the expectations placed upon women. The character of Rain Bordo grapples with these societal standards while simultaneously defying them. By representing a woman who is both deeply aware of her surroundings and yet not wholly defined by them, Balaban elucidates how women often navigate dual identities, public and private. This navigation is aptly articulated in Bordo's implied presence on the other side of conversation, indicating her existence beyond what is openly acknowledged or expressed. This assertion opens a discourse on the attributes of psychological resilience, intelligence, and introspection, qualities that often remain unrecognized amidst the cultural cacophony that clamors for attention and significance. At the heart of Balaban's narrative is the recognition that conversations, both internal and external, are fundamental to understanding one's identity. The audience is reminded that Rain Bordo's existence is as much defined by her actions and voice as it is by her silence and capacity for reflection. Consequently, the dynamics of human interaction become central to shaping her persona. The interplay of dialogue and silence reveals an intricate tapestry of identity that refuses to cater solely to traditional narratives. Within the conversations that unfold around Rain, there exists an acknowledgement that the perfect woman need not conform to prescriptive roles defined by society. Instead, she can embody a complex amalgam of traits: strength, vulnerability, empathy, and independence. Balaban's exploration extends into the impact of technological advances on human interactions. In an age where the digital discourse often overshadows face-to-face conversations, Rain Bordo becomes a representation of what is often lost amid the overwhelming noise of social media and the internet. The quote implies that true conversation involves deeper engagement, a level of intimacy absent from superficial exchanges. Within this context, Rain Bordo urges her audience to seek connection beyond digital narratives, suggesting that the idealization of womanhood necessitates an authenticity that cannot merely be expressed through curated digital personas. Furthermore, the pursuit of the perfect woman, as posited by Balaban, may also serve as a critique of consumer culture, wherein women are often marketed as physical ideals fitting societal norms. Rain Bordo emerges, therefore, not just as a character, but as a powerful symbol that compels society to re-examine how women are portrayed and perceived. Not as objects to be consumed or judged, but as individuals with multifaceted identities and lived experiences. The demand for a deeper understanding of what it means to be a woman today is inherent in Rain Bordo's characterization and the psychological landscapes she navigates. This reflective quality in Balaban's writing stands as a powerful reminder that the parameters of womanhood extend far beyond aesthetics or superficial traits. Moreover, Balaban invites readers to confront the intersectionality of identity. The perfect woman cannot be distilled into a single narrative or identity. Instead, she exemplifies the intersection of race, class, socio-economic status, and more. Rain Bordo emerges as an intersectional figure who resonates similarly with diverse populations while addressing the particular struggles stemming from unique experiences. This layered identity further complicates the discourse surrounding femininity and invites us to reconsider who is allowed to be seen as a perfect woman within varying cultural contexts. The character of Rain Bordo, then, encapsulates the continually shifting ideals of femininity and serves as a crucible for exploring themes of agency, individuality, and authenticity. By asserting that the perfect woman is on the other side of the conversation, Balaban challenges readers to recognize that the qualities we attribute to women encompass not just societal measures of success, but a broader acknowledgement and appreciation of complex identities that transcend societal conventions. In conclusion, Mateo Balaban's Rain Bordo invites us to reimagine the concept of the perfect woman through a lens that embraces complexity, depth, and authenticity. The interplay of silence and conversation elucidated in Balaban's formulation compels an understanding that to engage with the idea of womanhood requires introspection, patience, and a recognition of multidimensional identities. As societal expectations continue to evolve, so too must our conversations about identity, worth, and the defining characteristics of an empowered woman. Ultimately, Rain Bordo not only embodies the ideals of contemporary femininity, but also serves as a thoughtful reminder of the importance of personal narratives in the wider socio-cultural dialogue, ever reminding us that the pursuit of understanding necessitates listening to voices both seen and unseen, heard and unexpressed, spoken and unspoken.